don't have red hair. But the red hair dye still exists and it's still a temptation. But the new temptation is that I'm just so mad at my eyebrows that I want to shave the rest of them off, and there's not a lot left there. So we need to just calm down. It's gonna be okay. Okay, hey guys, thanks for coming back. And yes, I am like, I don't know, it matches like my neck, but you know what? We're all coming out of winter. I'm pretty sure we're all like 5 different shades of craziness. So just ignore that. Anyway, I know that when I first did the first Shop My Stash like 2 weeks ago, I said like, oh, it's gonna be a monthly makeup basket. And I had all the best intentions for it to be monthly. But we're sitting here at the 2-week mark and I'm just like, I want to switch out these products. And it's not that there's anything wrong with them. I just think 2 weeks is kind of better. Like, I'm going to feel better. I'm getting to touch more things within the month because, like I said, my little Shop My Stash basket does not have any like Project Pan items in it. So this is kind of like my, for funsies, get to play around stuff. So I think I'm going to switch this to every 2 weeks and we'll see. Maybe we'll switch it back to a month. Who knows? We just fly by the seat of our pants here. But what I wanted to do first was show you kind of the things that we had in here and what is staying and what will be put back. And then we will go to the drawers and pick out the new things. Okay? Okay. So I'm just going to, I guess I'll try to pick them out of here as you would apply them onto your face. So the first thing we put in here was, I had never tried this. It's the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. And so I think when I opened up last time, you could tell it hadn't been used, but now we have actually used it. It's very stiff. Like, it's not, I don't know. I feel like Luminous hydrating kind of rings the same bell to me. This is stiff, but it is nice. I do like it. It doesn't, I don't really notice that it gives me like a luminous glow though. But my makeup does stay on, it stays in place, it blends out nicely, all of those things. So not mad at it. I just have some other stuff that I want to try out. So I am going to be putting this one back. And then for foundations, I picked out 2. Well, wait. Firstly, color corrector. This is staying. I didn't put this in my basket. This just lives on my vanity. It's my only color corrector that I have, like a peach one. And it's from NYX, and it's just their dark circle concealer in the shade Fair. And so this is it. I think I have been working on this thing for like a year. I just put it on underneath my eyes because I get like such dark purple circles. So this just lives on my desk, so this will be staying. Unfortunately though, I've heard through the grapevine that this is being discontinued. So if you know that it for surely is, because I can't really find an answer when I look it up, let me know. And then if you use anything like some type of like concealer or color corrector for underneath your eyes to help with like dark circles or anything, let me know, because I'm gonna be at a loss. Now this barely, like the pan in there is not that big at all. Like I still have quite a good bit of product, but it's always, you know, I feel like it's good to start the research now. So, but yes, that will be staying. So then for foundations, I had put in 2. I had my CYO Long Lasting Life Proof Foundation in the shade 101. This is done. I know it looks like there's product in there, but it's not. Like when you open it up and actually like nothing comes out. So really happy to have this moved out. I love this foundation so much. I'm so sad that this brand is like no longer a thing. I think you can still snag some products off of Walgreens, and if you're in a different country than the US, then maybe you can still snag some stuff off like their website or wherever you happen to find them. But I do have 2 other bottles of this foundation, both in the shade 103, so might not pull them out right now because they are a little darker, but like in the summer I'll definitely pull one out. But yeah, so you'll see this again in my empties. And then the other foundation I had is what I have on today. It's the NYX Born to Glow, and it's in the shade Light. I really like this. I think that I am going to keep this in. It was a newer foundation to my collection, but I've just been enjoying it so much. So I think we'll just finish it off, like get a month's worth of use out of it essentially. So then let me see. For concealers, I had 2 in here. I just had the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Fairest, and the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer in Fair Warm. And I really like both of these. I'm going to keep the Too Faced one in, and I'm just going to have this concealer in for right now because this one is my oldest, I believe. And I really just want to try to get it worked out and used up. So that one is staying. The e.l.f. one is going to go back. The e.l.f. one is really hydrating. I love it underneath my eyes. It doesn't make them crepey whatsoever. Really enjoy that. Then let's do loose powder that I had in was my CYO loose powder. The sifter's out, so I don't want to like tip it over. But it's in the shade it's in the shade Clear, but it has kind of like this yellowy looking tone to it. I don't know. I guess on camera it doesn't look all that yellow. Sometimes it looks yellow in the the container, but it never like oxidizes on my face. I just use this to set underneath my eyes. Now I did use part of my beauty budget for May to pick up my absolute favorite loose setting powder. It's the Too Faced Born This Way, but I don't want to crack that one open yet. I kind of want to see how much more progress I can make on this within the month. So we're going to keep this in. And then for pressed powder, I had the Kat Von D, which I guess is KVD Vegan Beauty now. The Lock-It powder in the shade Light 48. And I was really trying to hit pan on this. And as you can see, I did not. I really like this just as a setting powder. I use these kind of like right here to blend out like powder products on top. So I'm going to keep this in just to see how much more damage to it I can make. Let's see. This is going to stay in. This is just the current setting spray I'm opening, or I've already had open. It's almost empty. It's the Too Faced Hangover RX spray. I know I didn't include that last time because, again, this, like the concealer, just kind of lives on my vanity, but that is the setting spray I am currently working on. Let's see. I only have one eye primer open, and it's the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Potion Primer. Again, just kind of lives on my vanity, so that's why I didn't like include it last time, but just so you guys know what I am working on. Let's do the mascara, which I don't know if I put this in or not, but I have the Lash Sensational. It's like a little mini size from Maybelline. Still kicking, so we're just going to keep that in. I don't want to open up a new mascara. I want to see that one through before I open up another one. And let's just go ahead and finish off the lip products. So the lip liner that I've been using is from Essence, and it's the shade 06 Under My Skin. And I will draw a little swatch of this for you. So I need to sharpen it, obviously. It's just a great pinky color. I like to use it every day. It pairs nicely with everything. The two lipsticks that I had in here, one was from Bite Beauty in the shade Honeycomb, and the other one is from Bite Beauty in the shade Sweet Cream. And so I got a lot more use out of Honeycomb than I did Sweet Cream. I am going to put both of them back in a sense. So the Honeycomb shade, which is the one on top, is now in my Partners in Cream project pan. So that's going to go live in that basket now. And then the Sweet Cream one, there's nothing wrong with it. I just wasn't that drawn to it. So I'm going to put it back and see just what else is like living in my collection that I could use. Okay, so almost done with what was in the basket. Hopefully this video isn't too terribly long. I have the Bonnie Luminizer, which is a highlighter, but it's too dark for me, so I use it as a glowy bronzer. I did put it on today. I really like the effect of this, and especially since it's getting warmer, I'm going to keep this in the basket. I did try out the NARS bronzer in the shade Seaside. It doesn't look like I used it. I probably spent a good 5 days with this guy. It's not bad. It just takes a lot of building up to do. I didn't get around. I know some people suggested to mix some of this with the Bonnie Luminizer, and that's definitely on my to-do list. I just didn't get around to it. But I am just going to keep this in my collection for now, but I'm going to put it back and we will pull out a different bronzer. And then for highlighter, this was gifted to me by my lovely friend Laura. It's the Oprah Highlighter in the shade Pillow Talk. I think you can see I've done some damage to it. There's some wear and tear to it. I really love this highlighter. I have it on today mixed with another highlighter. It's just this perfect pink shade. But I'm going to put this back and bring something else in just because I know myself. I could just dig into this and not like rotate through, and the whole point is to rotate through, right? So that'll make another appearance at some point. The kind of like face palette that I had was the BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali palette. And so this is what it's looking like on the inside. I don't know if I had repressed my blush here the last time you guys saw it, but I did repress this blush and haven't yet hit pan on it. Honestly, I didn't touch anything else but maybe this blush like a handful of times. So I do want to leave this in this basket and see if I can get just a little bit more use out of it. And then the 2 eyeshadow palettes that I had, which I think 2 eyeshadow palettes is a good number for me to have in here. It offered me enough of like a variety to play with while I didn't feel too bad like I was super neglecting my like actual project pan eyeshadows. But I had the Lorac Pro Brunch palette, which is just a great pastel palette. Really perfect for this time of year. But I'm going to put it back for right now. Ooh. Okay, moment of dread. We have to open it and see if anything broke. Okay. Okay, nothing broke. It's okay. Crisis averted. Okay, okay. And then the other palette that I had was the Judeans Place The Tribe palette. I really love this. This was new to my collection. And granted, I used this thing 4 times and each time I did the same look, but I'm okay with that. I still feel like that was good. I love the greens in here. I don't have a lot of greens, and this I just feel like was... Do you have to? Hey, can you not? What is it about the closet? Can you just tell us all, please? What is it about the closet? Are you embarrassed? You should be. Sit. Well, let's just finish talking about our eyeshadow palette, okay? Okay? Okay. I just really like the greens in here. I don't feel like I have any of these tones anywhere else in my collection, but again, this is all about rotating and, you know, making sure everything gets touched within the year, so we are going to put this back as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go put all these items back, reorganize my little basket, and then I will catch you guys at the drawer and we will pick out the new items, okay? Okay. Does that sound like a plan to you? Okay, I kind of feel like you're very crooked. I'm sorry. Like, I have a broken tripod. I'm working on things, okay? Yes, I have reorganized my setup a little bit. I did post pictures on Instagram, so we won't go too terribly into detail on how everything's reorganized. My dog is losing it in the background. I am working on a pore filling primer in my 21 by 2021, and I'd like to just keep that as my only pore primer right now. So these 2 are out as far as like selections. This one is a Milk Makeup, a little like mini of the Hydro Grip primer. I really want to hold off on using this until it's at its hottest here. So like around July-ish, I'll pull this out. So that leaves these. We just had the e.l.f. Luminous one in, so we can put that back. So I have the Too Faced Hangover primer and the CoverGirl Outlast All Day. I really want to pull in this CoverGirl one. I have yet to really play around with it, so I'm going to pull this in and see how I like feel about it. I've heard really good things about this though, so that is going to be our primer. Oops. All right, then we can put that back there. Okay, so I can't really move the camera, but over here are like foundations and lipsticks, so we'll go ahead and put those. I know it's a little bit out of order, but we're already here, so we're just gonna do it. I just received this as part of my birthday present from my family. So it's the ColourPop Pretty. It's the Pretty Fresh. It's the Pretty Fresh hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer. My parents picked up the shade Fair 4N for me, so I want to see how this does. And I don't know really anything about this other than it's a tinted moisturizer, but we're gonna pull this in and try it with the NYX Born to Glow foundation. And do I want to pull in any other foundations? You know, do I want to pull this in? Do I want to? No, I think I just want to keep it at 2. Yeah, let's just keep it at 2 foundations for right now. We'll just do that. All right, so I am panning that Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Honeycomb. And so I think I just want to see how much progress I can make on that this first month, since it's the first time I'm trying to like actually pan a lipstick. But I am going to pull in 2 lip glosses. So I already had the shade Creme Brulee here in my collection, and then part of my May beauty budget went towards purchasing 2 more NYX butter glosses. So this is in the shade Fortune Cookie. I'm wearing this Fortune Cookie topped off on the Honeycomb shade, like today in the video, what you just saw. I really like that, so I'm going to pull in both of these and kind of just alternate between the 2 of them. I think they both give like a different effect to the lipstick, so it'll like keep me motivated to like use it every day, I feel like. So those will go in our little box right there. Okay, then I am going to change the setup a little bit and we will look at the first drawer. Okay, this might look very crazy to you because I moved all of my eyeshadow palettes. They used to sit on top of the drawer like what you were just looking at. They now take up the bottom drawer, so a lot of the stuff from the bottom drawer is now living up here. And I know it looks a little crazy, but my reasoning is that by doing these bi-weekly makeup baskets, I'm not constantly getting in and out of these drawers. Like, they're more just for storage, so I don't care if they look a bit like, you know. So let's just get into it. Let's pick out a blush. So my friend graciously gifted this to me for my b-day. It's a Natasha Denona like little blush and glow highlighter. I have dipped into it one time, but it's just so pretty. This blush, I don't know, like it's like this interesting like purple color, but like on your skin and like blended out, it doesn't look as like purpley. It's just really nice, and so I really want to pull this out and enjoy it and get some good use out of it. So that will be going in. Let's see, I don't need to pull that Too Faced powder. Let's see, with other blushes, you know what, I'm gonna pull in this Essence blush. It's in the shade Blooming, I believe. Yes, the shade Blooming. And so I have used this maybe once or twice, but it looks like it's a really pretty color for this time of year, and I think paired with the BH Cosmetics palette that we kept in, it'll go nicely, and it'll also go nicely with the products that are in my Pan That Face palette. So for blush, I'm gonna pull those 2 things. So I can put this back. We're not pulling a concealer. I'm not pulling like a liquid highlighter or anything like that. So we can pull another bronzer. We're not gonna pull another face powder either, but I do have, all right, I'm kind of torn between these 3 bronzers. This Rimmel Radiance brick, I don't remember my opinion on it, but when I did like my bronzer swatch video, this looked a little bit orangey, so I'm tempted to pull this one out and like test it out and make sure it doesn't come across as like orange on my skin. But I really want, I also am torn between using these 2. This Bareminerals one is just like my current favorite bronzer, if we're being honest. I know it doesn't look like anything spectacular, but I just really love it. I think I'm gonna hold off though on pulling in these 2, even though I want to, and we will just pull in this Radiance brick. Actually, you know what, we'll pull this one in, test it out, make sure it's not orange, but then for funsies, we'll pull in the Bareminerals one. Okay, that way in case the Rimmel one is orange, at least I do kind of like have something else to play around with other than what's in my Pan That Face palette. So there's my 2 bronzers. Okay, highlighter, let's see. I know, I want to pull in for sure the Balm Mary Luminizer. This, I just love this highlighter so much, and you can see how much I love it, and I would really like to see if within the next 2 weeks I could hit pan on this. So I'm gonna pull that guy in, and then I think too, I wanna, this is the Super Shock highlighter in the shade Smoke and Whistles. You can see I already have pan on it. I just want to get more use out of this, so I think I'm going to pull this guy in as well. And then as far as this drawer goes, I think that's enough products for right now. Like I said, we don't need a concealer, we don't need a like cream highlighter or cream bronzer. I'm already neglecting my Super Shock shadow that's in a project, so I really don't need to overwhelm myself with that. I don't need a new mascara or an eye primer or like a powder. So yes, that is it from this drawer. Here's my eyeshadow palette drawer. It's, yeah, it looks a little overwhelming, I know, but it's okay. It's okay. So I know for sure we're gonna pull in this guy, and yeah, so right after I filmed my wish list video, I got my birthday card from my parents in the mail, and so I was like, well, I know what I'm gonna get, because, you know, I'm allowed to buy whatever I want with gift cards. So, you know, I did. I've snagged it, and it's so pretty. I cannot wait. I haven't even swatched it yet, but I'm gonna pull out this eyeshadow palette. So happy to, you know, and thankful that my parents sent me this in a way. Yeah, even though I picked it out, they sent it to me. So gonna pull out that palette, and then let's see, I bought this before I started my low buy. So this is the Blush Tribe, the Pastels palette, and this is what it's looking like. It's just very colorful. I really want to pull this out. I did use it twice now already, but now's just the perfect time of year to pull something like this out. So I think that's going to do it for like my two palettes that I have out right now. These two, a very cool toned and a very colorful one. But yeah, so that is it as far as the Shop My Stash goes. Again, still very new at this. If you guys have any like suggestions on how to like go about it in like a more efficient way, let me know. But other than that, I will just catch you in the next video, and I hope you guys are having a good day or night or whatever, and I will, yeah, catch you in the next one. Okay, goodbye.